How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up. If you guys, there we go, would, it would be greatly appreciated. Help support the channel. And if you guys would also hit that bell notification button, that way you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel, it would also be greatly appreciated. You guys, of course, find me on Discord at 6957, the Texas Man. If you guys want to chit chat with me more there, and I literally woke up like maybe 15-20 minutes ago, so I'm sorry if I sound a little groggy, but I wanted to show off my actual blue lightsaber. I'm planning on getting some more lightsabers to show off in some future videos. So, as always, we're going to be talking about Star Wars The Bad Batch Episode 9, The Crossing, and this is, of course, starting up the second half of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2. If you guys have missed out on me talking about Star Wars The Bad Batch in the past, Clone Wars, or Rebels, I do have everything in the playlist. I will try to leave a link to that playlist at the end of this video. So if you guys have missed out on me talking about those shows, especially Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2, you can find them in that playlist so you guys can get all caught up. And this is another mission-based episode where the group of the Bad Batch, which now consists of Tech, Hunter, Wrecker, and Omega only now, are left. And they go on this mission to this new mining planet. I don't think it even gets a name. Like, this new planet that we are on now is just some sort of mining planet. So they go to this mining planet and they're doing this mission for Sid. And there's new alien creatures. Someone steals their ship. And it forces them to, at least Tech and Omega, to be a little more resourceful and have to work together a little more than they've had to in the past in order to try to find a way off planet. So they try to go to this town and, you know, buy a ship, because now their ship that they've been using for the past, you know, season 1 and season 2 half has been stolen, and they know for a fact they're probably never going to get it back. I think they're going to get it back in some way. I just don't know how. It's also kind of weird, like, they just make it that the person steals their ship is just someone anonymous and not of importance. I'm sure it's going to be somebody important. It's going to matter somewhat in the grand scheme of things to the story. And that's about it. We get this, we're supposed to go get this mineral, and their ship gets stolen, and it becomes, okay, we need to survive, we need to get off this planet situation. It is weird to watch the show now where the group doesn't have Crosshair anymore, and Echo is now doing his own thing with Captain Rex, and it makes the squad feel really small, and it just, watching the show with just 4 Bad Batch members, it's kind of weird. Like, you when you start the show, you have everybody except for Omega. Then Omega joins, Crosshair leaves, and joins in the Empire. And now Echo's gone. It's just weird that, you know, even though the Bad Batch show to me still is more Clone Wars, I've gotten accustomed to the fact that Echo has always been there and that there's always been 5 people for the Bad Batch. Now that there's 4, it's like, okay, now you need to focus a lot more on these characters, especially the ones that we really haven't gotten much depth with, especially Omega and Tech. I feel like those 2 characters really haven't gotten a lot of character development and growth. Like, I mean, I think they've done a lot with Hunter, they've done a lot with Wrecker, but Tech and Omega have kind of been put to the sidelines, and they've been focusing a lot on, like I said, Wrecker and Hunter, Crosshair, and Echo. So I'm hoping that the show, having to only focus on those 4 for the main group of the Bad Batch, can give Tech and Omega a little more spotlight. So that's my hope of why they did that, is that they're trying to give these lesser known characters a little more depth. The episode does ask a really interesting question, which I think was kind of cool, is the Bad Batch just a bunch of old geezers? Are they just, you know, clones living out their remaining lives? Or are they a family? Are they not just like a squad of soldiers, in a unit that goes out and does missions, but are they a family? Do they actually, care for each other? Do they love each other? So I like that question's being posed, especially since Echo is now missing. And the episode doesn't actually have an ending. There is a cliffhanger ending, so the overall story arc will hopefully conclude with episode 10. So it's going to continue with episode 10 next week. This wasn't as good as the past two episodes, obviously. Last two episodes were just phenomenal, and I think they were probably the best two episodes of season 2 so far. And unless the finale of season 2 does something miraculous, I don't see the show getting any better than the mid-season 2 finale. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen next, because I really have no idea. I don't know what to expect from the final episodes of season 2. And like I said in past reviews, I'm curious if Bad Batch is going to have some sort of crossover event with The Mandalorian in some capacity. Like, is it going to tie in somehow? Or is The Mandalorian going to make references to The Bad Batch? Is The Bad Batch going to somehow still be alive and they show up in The Mandalorian show? Because while The Bad Batch is still running a couple episodes, The Mandalorian Season 3 is starting up. So they're going to have 2 Star Wars shows going at the same time. They've got to have something in the pipeline where they're going to have some sort of crossover event. It would just be wildly dumb in terms of Disney marketing to not have these 2 Star Wars shows somehow collide. Kind of like Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead did, where you're having 2 shows in literally the same universe and they don't collide. Like that it would be like having Star Trek TNG and Deep Space Nine and Voyager never connecting, even though they're taking place in the same timeline, in the same universe, and and none of the characters ever cross over into other shows and meet each other. So I'm hoping that Bad Batch and Mandalorian does that. If it doesn't, will I be disappointed? No. Will I be like, why not? Yes. So I'm going to give episode 9, The Crossing, an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to more videos and streams coming out soon. Bye, guys.